What's going on, everyone? So, the NBA season is right around the corner, and the number one game for the Lakers this upcoming season is against the Denver Nuggets. And this is a game that the Lakers have had circled on their calendar all off season. We heard all the talks of Denver just talking their talk. They're the Lakers' daddies, complaining and crying about how, all of the media, just all they want to do is talk about the Lakers, wham, wham, wham. And Mike Malone, every opportunity he gets, is mentioning the Lakers and talking about how it's unfair and blah, blah, blah. And you know what? At the end of the day, nobody cared that the Denver Nuggets won the championship. Like, literally. Like, people cared Jokic, right? And there was all the talk and narrative around, like, Jokic and, where he's doing the interview. He's like, what? I have to stay? Like, no, I need to go back to, and he just looked devastated, right? Like, there was talks about everything other than Denver winning the NBA. Like, nobody cared that Denver won the NBA championship. And I feel like part of that was Denver's own doing, right? Like, when Milwaukee won the championship, there was a lot of talk about Milwaukee winning the championship. Obviously, the Warriors, the Lakers, even when Toronto won the championship, there was lots of talks about it because that was the first time in the franchise history they ever won. You would think the narrative of Denver winning a championship, their first ever, would have been a big talking point for a lot of media. You have arguably the best player in the world, but nope. And why? Because the Nuggets, as much as everyone else, if not more, made it about the Lakers. And so what did the media do? Oh, anytime you have an opportunity to talk about the Lakers, guess what? They're going to talk about the Lakers. So you changed and shifted the narrative, and all you did was upset the Lakers. And look, give Denver credit, right? They smacked the Lakers. They smacked us. All right, it was a close series as far as like games go. We couldn't close down the stretch. Most of those games could have went either way, but Denver did the job. Denver did what they needed to do, and they ran through us because they swept us. And I've heard, the close sweeps and all that stuff. And like the series as a whole was decided by 23 games or 23 points, but still, it's a sweep is a sweep, right? Whether you lose every game by 1 point or not, doesn't matter. You lose by 100, doesn't matter, right? You got swept. But Denver decided to make all the attention, even at the ring, parade. They win the championship. You're supposed to be celebrating, popping bottles, getting turned up, speaking to the fans, the city, all of that. And like half of the dialogue and conversation was about the Lakers. And it's like, why? Why do you keep doing that to yourself? And now, guess what? The Lakers are hungry. They are motivated. They are better. They match up better. I mean, Jokic is still probably going to be a problem just because, we do lack size at the center position as far as like bulky size to like kind of bang with Jokic. But we'll see how that works out. But outside of that, we set, right? We got plenty of guys out on the perimeter, plenty of scoring, plenty of versatility. We'll see how our transition defense does because that's how Denver really like laid it on us. But regardless, it should be a good game. Denver's going to get their ring ceremony, and the Lakers are going to want to just completely spoil that and lay it on these Denver Nuggets. And LeBron James and Anthony Davis especially. So yesterday was media day, and Anthony Davis was asked about it, and this is what Anthony Davis had to say.
It was just a lot of like the talking and all the Lakers. It was just so much of that going on. Like, all right, we get it, y'all won. But, I think, me and Brian had some conversations like, we can't wait.
There you have it from AD himself. Talk to Bron, they can't wait. And I fully believe it. I mean, Darvin Ham's talked about it. Darvin Ham recently, when he was asked, was just like, hey, we're ready. We're going to run it back. Like, hope they ready type thing. And this is definitely going to be that conversation and narrative throughout the course of the season. But it's the pettiness, right? Like, the Lakers, they beat Denver in 2020 and won the NBA championship. And the conversation wasn't about, or as from the Lakers side, the Lakers perspective was, oh, Denver, Jokic is nothing. Like, they weren't talking. Like, the Lakers beat you and moved on. You know, it was a hard fought series. You know, they did a great job. You know, AD's over there. You know, I hit the game winner. Otherwise, who knows how that series goes? You know, you give them their flowers. You tip your cap, right? And you call it a day. Like some of the players did, right? Like who I think it was like Bruce Brown was like, if we're being honest, the Lakers were the toughest for us. Like we were never really worried about Phoenix because every game we won by like 20 plus. But the Lakers, every game was close. Like, you know, some of the players gave the Lakers the their flowers, but the coaching staff, the owner, all that stuff, like it was just so unnecessary and over the top. And it's just lack of class in a lot of ways, right? There's like you can always tell who's not a real winner, right? Because when they finally win, it like it's that meme where the dude is like sitting on on third place or whatever, and he's like biting the the bronze medal and acting like he won first place. And yes, I understand Denver won first place, but when you don't have that winning pedigree, right? Like Mike Malone doesn't have a history of winning. The owners of the Denver Nuggets don't have a history of winning. You see those people and they start acting silly. And they start acting like, oh, look at us. But I mean, it's just for what? Like now all you did was motivate a LeBron James who will be healthy, mind you, right? LeBron said himself, like, the job this offseason was to get my foot back to pre the Dallas game, and I mean, we don't know if he had surgery or not, but supposedly he's back. You're gonna see this Lakers team, and they are deep, they are talented, and look, obviously not winning game one of the regular season is the same as winning the Western Conference Finals and then going to the NBA Championship, winning the NBA Championship. But these two teams very likely could meet in the playoffs, right? And if that happens, it's going to be a different series, most likely, right? Assuming guys are healthy and guys are ready to go. And look, Denver, again, you watch teams when they win, dominoes always fall your way, right? And for Denver, they were the healthiest. They were good. They had a couple things kind of fall their way. Like, that's usually how it goes. Like, right? Even in the Lakers series, if Jokic doesn't make those two Hail Marys and Jamal Murray makes that Hail Mary, what happens if the Lakers steal game one and now this is a completely different series, right? Maybe if they do that, maybe LeBron kind of digs deep a little more, kind of powers through it, rather than just kind of like, I'm hurt. Like, it just, all it takes is one minor thing to change the entire fate and outcome. Like even when Toronto won the championship that year, right? Remember the Kawhi shot against Philly or whatever, where it's like bouncing around, boom. Like you get those things that just completely just seem to fall your way, and it's your year. And that's what it was last year. It was Denver's year, and they deserved it. They handled business. They won it, right? But a team hasn't won back-to-back in the last few years. The problem is, I hope somebody else doesn't eliminate Denver. Like, I want the Lakers to eliminate Denver. Like, I hope Denver doesn't end up playing, Denver doesn't play like the Suns or something like that, and then the Suns end up beating Denver, right? Like, I want Denver in the playoffs, right? Now, I don't think it's going to be a sweep either way again this year. Like, I would love the Lakers to just run through them and beat them by 30 every game, but realistically, like, Denver's very good, right? That's not going to happen, most likely. But I want Denver to be fully healthy, fully ready, and the Lakers to just beat them mightily, right? Whether it's 5 games, 6 games, 7 games, I want the Lakers to be the team that eliminates Denver. But as I mentioned earlier, winning game one of the season is not the same as winning a playoff series. But what it does do is you can send a message early on that, like, we're coming for you. Like, don't worry. And you can also kind of just establish yourself and build that confidence. It could be a confidence building. Because, again, you're going into Denver on rain night against a team that's talked all this smack. If you go and beat them by 20 or something like that, like all of a sudden, like you set a message, you set the tone for the season, and now you have everybody in that locker room at an all-time high. Like we just went into Denver, smacked Denver on rain night, and showed what we wanted to show. Job's not finished. Wait till we see you in the playoffs because we coming. You talked all that talk all off season. Every time we play you, we smacking you in the mouth, right? And I fully believe that the Lakers are going to have Denver circled every single game this year. And look, I'm not saying that the Lakers are going to, sweep the season series or anything because it's hard, right? It's hard to win one game in the NBA, let alone four. But I do think the Lakers are going to try. And I do think that the Lakers, where, you play Denver, it's over the course of 7 games, or it's over the course of, an 82 game season, right? It's like, all right, we got Denver on a back-to-back. Let's rest AD. Let's rest LeBron. I know it sucks, but no, I could see us having, if something like that is the case, LeBron going, nah, I ain't resting I'll rest game 1, but we need to go smack Denver, right? AD going, we need to go smack Denver, right? Like, because again, you establish, you set the tone, you kind of just are in their ear all off season. You start or all season, and then you have the media because that's going to be a big. Oh, the Lakers beat Denver opening night. That's all the media is going to talk about for a week. You know that, and probably every time the Lakers beat Denver, that's all you're going to hear and talk about. Like, that's the thing that Denver doesn't realize is that, like, the media looks for any excuse to talk about the Lakers and have you be a headline alongside the Lakers. So all you did was just give the media a story and narrative to run with. You thought you were sick of hearing the Lakers last year. Wait till you hear the Lakers this year. And if you do meet them in the playoffs and you get eliminated in the playoffs, that's like you might as well go and put your head in a hole because like that's not good, right? Because again, that's all anyone wants is just give me that story, that narrative that we can run with. Oh, and it has to do with the Lakers? Oh, come on. But now you have a motivated, hungry, upset, I wanted to say a different word, but trying to keep it PC here, or PG here. And, I'm telling you, it's one of those things where I think you're gonna see a very awakened Laker team right from the jump opening night. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Are you pumped for the opening of the season? I mean, I'm pumped for just Laker basketball, period. And of course, like NBA, period, right? I mean, this season should be tremendous. There's so many like crazy teams this year. Like, I'm really excited to see like just this war between the top, 5-6 teams. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. But are you pumped for the Denver series? Are you not? Do you think the Lakers get it done? I genuinely do. I genuinely believe the Lakers beat Denver opening night. I really do. But do you feel the same way? Do you not? Have it feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments.